Sushi calls and sweaty balls. This is Scotch Sporting.
Okay, so our deep dive, I was thinking, because here I am, very empathetic. I'm a kind person, and I feel for people. And I don't, one of the worst things about a championship is seeing the other people cry. And we were watching the Blue Jays beat the shit out of the Orioles, and the Orioles kept having a lead, and the Blue Jays kept being like, no. And I just wondered, how awful must it be to be a Baltimore Orioles fan? It has to suck.
Well, now, I mean, they've had pennant wins
They
before.
have. They have had some. They've had some good times.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Like when
they have a division title, I think within the last 10 years.
When Cal Ripken was playing.
This year especially is hopeless, and I just felt bad for the fans that were there. So I think we can all draw on our personal, our personal fandoms for various reasons. Chris, I was thinking with the Sharks, with you guys.
I can't have nice things.
You don't pick well.
As far as sports go, I can't have nice things. I mean, Broncos won a World Series. World Series.
Yeah, same thing.
Yes.
We got you.
A Super Bowl.
We gotcha.
They won a Super Bowl.
3 Super Bowls.
Well, yeah, but I mean recently.
Recently,
right? So
what is it like being a fan of a historically bad franchise?
I sat through, Mark, what was it? It was 1-17 that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had season tickets, and we sat through 1-17, and I remember we went to 3 or possibly 4 straight home games where the Tiger Cats didn't score a touchdown.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
And the Tiger Cats, please forgive me if I'm wrong, have not won a Grey Cup.
Not since 1999.
So you're in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, we're the longest streak in longest drought in the CFL because Winnipeg won last time.
So what advice do we have for fans who maybe had success and now don't?
I mean,
stick with it.
Yeah,
don't jump off the wagon.
Don't give up on your team. That's your team. It's always your team. Don't and sometimes you might be like, well, I mean, I want to cheer for someone who's winning, and that's fine. But man, switching teams, that's the shittiest thing you can do.
And I think that's how people get. I think that's how people get 2 teams in a league. Well, I have an NFC team and an AFC team.
Nah. I have an East team and a West. No. I have an NL team and an AL team. No. You have one team. Because it always comes down to, I have 2 teams. Okay, what happens when those 2 teams are playing then? Because you're going to pick one. That's your team. That's your team. But my advice, honestly, is stick with your team. Find something else to cheer about. Like, I don't know, cheer against them. That can be fun too.
Cheer against your rivals.
Cheer with.
Yeah,
cheer against your rivals.
It does help to have people cheering with you, commiserating.
Yeah, and my advice is pick a player and cheer for that player.
I like that. I do like that.
Cheer for those stats. Cheer for the one guy that's doing well.
Yeah, people who follow that player to another team. Like I know there are people who are Manning fans and they stopped being a Colts fan, became a Broncos fan just because of Manning.
I know people who they didn't switch teams. They didn't become a Broncos fan, but they said they would never cheer against Peyton. And so they would cheer for him when they weren't playing the Colts. I know I have a buddy who's a Pats fan. He didn't become a Bucks fan, but he still grossly loves Tom Brady. Like it's borderline problem.
I live with somebody who is exactly like that.
Right. So she's cheering for the Bucks.
She is a Pats fan through and through, but when the Bucks are on TV, it's go Tom Brady.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like that with Tim Thomas, and I will be like that when Tuukka Rask, if and when he plays for someone else. I was like, obviously I'll still cheer for the Bruins, but yeah, Panthers, okay. I got a free Dallas Stars t-shirt when he was with them and a case of beer, so
there you go.
I wore that for a little bit, Yeah, and a lot of the things on the Reddit, the Reddit comment section I saw was basically, it was the same, hey, that's my team.
Yeah.
I still cheer for the Browns because that's my team.
Yep.
you know.
Now, how do you feel about teams that move, like people who were like say Raiders
Mm.
fans or Rams fans?
Well, okay, so my thing is if you live in that city and your fan base got fucked over because your team left,
You're allowed
then
to switch?
I'm allowing you to switch. If you live in Toronto and your team was the St. Louis Rams and they moved to LA, you have no right being upset because it never affected you. So if you change teams because of that, that's stupid.
But are you legally obligated to follow the team?
I mean, yes. Yes, the police will
It's
arrive
legal.
at your house if you do not.
And let's do a refresher on this. Specifically, I believe for Tyler and Mark. Chris, I apologize. Hamilton gets an NHL team.
Yes. Oh, I see. Oh, Hamilton gets an NHL team. I'm a Hamilton whatever fan.
But yeah, but you're
still
not a
have
Toronto.
my Sharks. I still have my Sharks ties, but yes, I would become a fan. Yeah, but this is a good question for Mark and Tyler. You're right.
Because I was in Ottawa a couple years ago, and the Bruins were in the playoffs, and I thought I was safe wearing my Bruins gear because I was like, no one likes the Senators. And then I got booed a whole bunch, and I went into a restaurant, very sad, and the waiter was like, oh, it's because Ottawa didn't have a team until 94, so everyone is either a Leafs fan or a Montreal fan.
Yeah.
So it's like the poor Ottawa gets a team, and they're like, sorry, we're fans of other teams already.
Yeah.
So what will you guys do if Hamilton gets an NHL team?
I stick with Toronto.
I stick with Toronto.
Wow.
I think those who are upset with the Leafs and are tired of being a Leafs fan would switch.
Right.
I would never do it because I am loyal.
Right.
But this is your
not
hometown.
loyal to your hometown, Mark.
Hey, I told you the process I went through to become going from a Bulls fan to a Raptors fan. It was a process.
Okay, well, I would expect that exact same process.
I didn't know that, but I was in the same boat as Mark. I was a Bulls fan, and then I was a Raptors fan.
Yeah.
I wonder why you guys would have been Bulls fans.
No idea.
I can't imagine what would have happened in your
Growing
childhoods.
up when we did, yeah.
Born
Watching
in
the
the
greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
Born in the
interesting.
80s.
But so you became Raptors fans when Toronto got a team, but you wouldn't become a Hamilton.
I wasn't diehard until they drafted Vince Carter because the story is because I'm a UNC Tar Heels fan.
Right.
That's the school Jordan went to. That's the school that Vince Carter came from. So when they drafted him,
that was an
gave me an in.
easy transition.
Yeah.
So you
There you
weren't a
go.
Raptors fan, you were a Vince Carter Tar Heels fan.
I was a Tar
Tyler,
Heels
what
fan.
about you?
No, I think it was because the Raptors came in, 96?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
And I was 11. So I
You're
didn't
like,
really.
ooh, dinosaur.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't a huge. Because, yeah, I cheered for the Bulls, but I was like,
You weren't
And
committed yet.
I wasn't committed to anything at that point. Because
It's like me with football before I married Dave. I just loved watching football.
Like, I
I
didn't.
didn't fall in the butts.
I liked sports. I liked the Bulls because obviously they were winning, right? So
Yeah,
and
it's easy as a kid.
it's easy as a kid. And then once you actually start watching and cheering for a team, it was easy to say, "Oh, Toronto is half an hour away. I can go to games on a regular basis." They're
And I
easy to
guess Toronto
watch.
isn't
They're-
your hometown. It's different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm shocked you wouldn't leave Toronto loyalty and become hometown fans.
Well,
Tyler's in
I
it
am not in Hamilton
because he's beside
so-
Hamilton.
Close enough.
Nah. Oh no! Don't say that in Burlington. Oh no!
Really?
They don't want that
Oh
stink on them.
no!
Really?
No.
People in Burlington think they're better than people in Hamilton?
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
The correct answer is neither of you are Toronto.
We Tay.
Mm.
We know.
Although
and we're okay with it.
Yeah.
I had to cross the city today, and I live in the east end of the city where they have destroyed the Gardner.
Yes.
And what normally took half an hour took an hour and a half. And I was
Beautiful.
swearing about how much I hate the city.
Beautiful.
I hate the city
Come
like
on
90%.
down.
And
Come on
but
down.
I think that's every Torontonian 90% of the time hates Toronto.
That's you want to know the secret?
Mm,
Everyone else hates
Toronto.
you too.
Great.